Yeah, assalamu alaikum. Mbadi ngolu mbali konton konte jula ala baraka for joining. Alal hakotu nyede. Ngana kamera nyinton. Mr. Kante also, you're welcome. Guy famo keta njai bina tajang kotenke puru nga kacha or few burning issues many alanko ebe in the Bangkok, and I think the most pressing one is the Omuning constitution mediation on it. But if coming famo keta, but manke. Kuol le siata, hajol siata, ena sa bari manyina nyola. Janimbe datro kala mbe alta laman so tentu laman saba, the Almighty Allah. Meye sembo dinna puru ayenso sima ni njata kende ani harje fringo. Ismail Njai also baraka seni marong. Ala baraka for joining me. Ala tentu ala tella so me sembo dinna ayenso simani njata kende ani harje film for bi finance futa nyoman se nyoso hakilola comme meta fala le nyamen na banko la jarta nyala andum banko le atinna be kal diamol kala mbukal kachal kala hajol se siya nyaw nyarande nyama nimbota altalla man so tento la nsina altul fanan tento atul la moy lalu bawo la moy lalu jama wala fang hakilo diatantul men ka diam ndol dol ka wulle drong si drong we have something in our head ko ngana nga futande barin ka futande altul men fangol ma loki lamin abaraka nga futande altul men fangol ma atul le fang hakilo diatantul atul le intelligent and told wala yatin na fang fonsal tentu drong pour kala time o men di pour kala moy na saka bi dimas lu mbala mi alon ko dimaso kan omu resting deleti caponiente thank you mbadi ngolu ku jamal le be kere ngambe ko comme en kafu nyamen takala be fo non ta be sen kan nola bawo time o man soto bari ni watin kono diamol membe kerinje wala mun na constitutional draft constitutional and mediational Sona Mariama Baraka, good afternoon. The mediation of the draft constitution is the hottest topic in our country today. Adiamol besiaring bari jama Gambia men ke problème oti kanyina kunun na men tambita no kunun nimbe bi kono ndolo katra concentrate bi le kono baran kanyina kunun na bawo ni nyin draft constitution oji ben bi men ka fo wala nyinti ko kabri ngi tata Nigeria na opposition leaders all tata Nigeria near the trend ni ya analyze ya korosi the strategy and the messaging that they are bringing messaging men samba kanna wala nyinti ko alinga barola wisnyin diala ninga la wisnyin diala then to December nga vote out because we cannot afford to go to the election without a new constitution. This is the messaging they are trying to bring, and they are doing this for a purpose. And because Ninga Koros is in a political landscape auto, Yusu Nyang, thank you. Good afternoon. Ninga na landscape or political landscape on Jibeng. Iba Ajelele Komenko. I'm sorry to say, but nga kon manol sotole na political system o kono sign. Nga molu soto yele meni alon ko doku nyinin nal lemuti. nga mol so na political atmosphere economy alonko they just want to be ministers. They just want to work in government and just want to go and just be traveling the government and goodies all. Lamin camera, welcome. Dole political parties all form ya form o dalilo tron nakam because yalla nako hanin dunia la ta dunia ka wolte it election or win. And hani atra misal itata parliamentary election or they will not have a single seat in the parliament. More many yalonko they just want to seek for relevance. Some of them will not be political party will form Jani election or be political party Jamal Jela. Simply because they are banging on the hope coming menka for Gambia there is no single party member election or winner. Particularly now at 50%, 50+%. Election or winning, I cannot guarantee that. Alasan by saying me, welcome. But in Yantala Hakiloto, because Nkamem Fale Walamu, you know, Tata Nigeria, the information nga menso the Walam Yindiko, almost all the opposition political parties agreed Purka Balora wis diala 15 years ruling, Purko di Barola, so that it's a constitutional sort. And according to our information, nga soto Komenko, Moluko United Democratic Party will agree. So now in a message in men wole binaka wole nyindiko, hey, let's trust the Gambian people. Let us make sure nga barola wisnyin diala ning election sit in December nga baro defeat, then we can have our country back on track. Ali training cross for the next 1-2 weeks janni ba for Jonathan bina for after Jonathan mem better la foka wole better la foka. There are a lot of good things in the constitution. Ku kende jamale be constitutional kono. You know, so on the phone la simply because Barola wish of 15 years. Mbadingon. Some of those political leaders are they are afraid. It's silly because you feel like coming on constitutional manso. It's all a mirror lot on tola analysis don't come menje wala myindiko. Ikaje le comenko political party dole beje mi alonko was a win nole both ways. As a win nole by a simple majority, but it la hope and wish munyine wala myindiko. No, it's a win nole 50+1. So that means instead of simple majority winning in stop, we have to create an atmosphere where there will be a coalition. The new coalition will start. Everybody is angling for a ministerial post. Yenana bankota ya ransom common in coalition or in menka because new coalition since 2016. The good part of it is Yaya Jammeh is gone. But what have the government done to the Gambian people? Na Loptano it became worse. Na hospitals became worse. Mansila Kendall so na communication na education system. Na food price, the ordinary food Gambian ol men domola fengol men fanka produce Gambia kono it is a problem for Gambian ol fango ol sang. So the only good thing I mentioned about this coalition, with all due respect, Yahya Jammeh, it's a big thing, it's a good thing. I like it, I love it. So, but these small political parties are now trying to angle for another coalition whereby they can keep on banging on political ministerial positions and lucrative government positions. This is what is coming in. And by messaging in Startler, I told you how they are going to do it. And all because United Democratic Party no. Let the draft constitution come back to the House of Parliament as it was decided or engaged or discussed by the Gambian people. Near another, the House of Parliament can send this draft constitution to the Gambian people in a referendum for the Gambian people to decide. So, but it's not a message in any case, Mbaro win in December. So we should not worry about even this Barola 15 years. In fact, mbe menkela wala nyindiko nga keto in the constitution comme ko term limits e ka understand then ninga term limits sol kaje then in December nga baro ba at 10 years of amata sutla sako 15 years mbadi ngolo mbe nyini ngaro menkela ituli mun garantie le soto ka fo comme ko December mbe baro win moli mun garantie le soto ka fo ko December baro be lose la yes ningo garantie fanan soto mi alon ko be alatalla man solo bulu political party mom political party do ndol believe la comme ko ba win but even in tolu hani United Democratic Party the guarantee is in Allah's hand amanta mo block politics is very fluid. There could be changes any minute. So ninku membe wonyama iko to le Gambian ol trust le so barola nyin 15 years o nga barola wisnyin diala then December sa baro win yo guarantee so but money atinna it is the same people all trust la with a referendum because constitutional building is a process. The president cannot create a constitution, cannot give us a constitution. Only the National Assembly cannot give us the constitution. The final destination of a constitutional building is the referendum. That is the Gambian people, the citizens of the country. These are the only people, they have the right to decide. By participating in a referendum, they are going to endorse the referendum, the constitution, draft constitution or not. So ni ngata misalve altul trust aliye Gambeno lo trust ko December because ngamo Dr. Ismaila Sisalal andung ngamo I see one of the MPs Cisse of GDC today he wrote in a Facebook Facebook post keleko the retroactivity of Barrow's term should not stop us from getting a constitution. Let us be flexible. Let us make the retroactivity as a past thing, and we go to December and win. Mr. MP, and in Dr. Cisse found disappointed la quarter baba because Kabirin Dr. Cisse nyol bina the CA campaign the more like what they are telling us we are going to do a different political system. This is what CA and the people are trying to preach us. And really, this is what I expected. But my first disappointment not what I mean Kabin Dr. Cisse tata birka mayo garambu baldu garambu bo mem fangala ta fam man comfortable akon abo garambu koyma ba kono be doyar nga kono am comfortable. This is where ngalong Dr. Cisse is also I may be wrong. But it's I nin constitutional building the final destination of referendum and referendum of Gambian people will like participate. Ning ata misalve atulube Gambian all trust like December they are going to defeat why don't we the draft constitution parliament is people to decide. Gambian people will go. Barrow has to rule for 100 years. It's not a problem. That is not a problem. Ning Gambian people will go. Barrow will always until man agreeing draft constitutional. It's okay. Ni agree to ya accept ya approve. It's okay. So it's the same Gambian people. Why do we only have to think about December and we don't think about the long term? Ko December nga win. Gambian only abuti. But the same Gambians final the constitutional draft constitutional approval. Mbadingol alkana song nyim political party ndingol ye mol na ye mol bambazul ye bombazul ye mislead. Wala nanko ala mira history la. Because history nanga history noma aje history ka molu karandile puru ngam pare sama kamala. Wo kaka nyadile. Wala mko Adama Barrow ning Adama Barrow win the 2021 this year December now winter. What guarantee into longa menso the kafu komen? In fact, there will not be any term limit in this constitution. Because nobody can tell us coming ko constitution or near danyama nyetala wala nyama for ila yomi dini hani. Ni America la constitution or han America la constitution or me ya jibe. I changes jamal soto and every country la constitution ka changes also. So ntolu ndolebe barola wis dilala this with the hope coming to December mba winnale, and we can as well go to December and not win. So mbe muni expect la but I ngata history to ba muni atin na Gambian opposition political parties will nyanta sacrifice like a barola wis diala and baro what has baro to sacrifice. Hey Gambia ndolenga baro bondin nang from nowhere mbe ngajele 2016 baro hanaka dendi ko men dunga akolo bebe norin ni baro lan taloji at that time fay ka discourage le nga baro bondi nang from that condition nga samba na nga kodolu bondi nga niel la nga kodolu bondi nga kodolu kafun no nga na fulol kafun nyoma ka baro wini. This is our hope. This is our hope. Baro eta Gambia be round, he went around the whole nation promising the whole nation, I am going for 3 years, and after 3 years transition, I will not even contest the election, but I will conduct a free and fair election in the Gambia. Anybody who wins can take the country in the right direction. That is the first promise Barrow gave us to the Gambian people. A transition of 3 years, and he is not even going to contest election after these 3 years. Did he fulfill that? No. What did he say? Ako, constitutional amendment 5 years. Yes, Tonyalem. When a president is voted, it's 5 years. Because I have always believed, if there was a signed contract by the coalition in 2016, even that contract, somebody can take that contract to the Supreme Court, to the law courts of our country, and argue that Barrow has to resign because he signed a paper that he's going to lead us for 3 years. Another 5 years, let me agree to 5 years term. When that 5 years term was signed by Barrow, I believe Morgan, welcome. New constitutional Nimbaroyo contract on sign 105 years lem. Namira at this moment more right found le fan Kabaro Samba court kai pur court ya decide Supreme Court ya decide for Baro to resign le ban fat mo nyana resign. Baro will be manke o betat. I'm promised 3 years la. I have failed. Ako 5 constitutional le fan kai okay. 5 years now, I'm failure of an after election because I promise Dilako he is not even going to contest much more. Momin Yalonko is not going to contest, will not form his political party. I failure. Instead of 5 years, now Barrow is thinking of 10 years. After Nabundinam from that condition where Barrow was and his family. Nganana Murukotenka, we are paying him 200 or more than 200,000 Gambian dollars. More than $200,000 is in Kawajoy. $150,000 every day. We're making him to fly with the private jets. We are feeding him. We are paying even his clothes. Boy, Barrow in the promise Kenya, he failed all those promises. So now Barrow insisted for us to have a constitution, 15-year term, hey, this is very insulting, people of the Gambia. One of our transition pillars, new constitution for the Gambian people. That is hanging, that is taken to ransom by Barrow just because he wants to rule for 15 years. And that 15 years is not even guaranteed because the first election is not even done. Gambian people will sacrifice, we have sacrificed a lot. Taking a poor man from a poor life and making him a president of that country without any qualification. Education-wise, financial-wise, Barrow has not contributed nothing, nada. Nada. Gambian people will sacrifice or bake. Ye bondi banko to ye samba sango sanda. All the promises we the Gambians have done for Barrow, we have delivered it. We have delivered it. Barrow has never fulfilled any promise to us. Saya Kanalo, for 15 years, constitutional is hanging on that, taking us at ransom. Ndolfananga political parties so me along trust. People like Dr. C, people like Mai Fati, people like Mama Kande. My friend. Ndolangani molmen trust because the other political parties, wolumanke political parties. Wolumanke political parties. No all men fan trust thinking that people like particularly Dr. Cisse, as young as he is, as intelligent as he is, akakuma kangul men for molie, ntoliye. Wena na lokala hope nyimbe banka for komenko, we have to accommodate. He did the Gambian people for nothing since he came to power. Everything Barrow has, everything that is happening is the Gambian people who are doing it for Barrow. Barrow the situation to lenga kai. Aka femu for an incident to lenga kai we the Gambians. Money at in the Barrow to compromise no like for Komenko, let me lead 10 years. And the logic also is this. Another logic for Nambeje wala mnyintiko. Money at in Barrow Buffalo Komenko, he is a transitional president. Ni attract ni more because not Dr. Cisse one of the pillars of our transition. Ndoluman transition because transition may eat and the Wallam Yeniko 3 years. A 3 years transition program. Saim Baroko, he is going to be a constitutional and executive president. What other transition is he talking about? What when the transition is 3 years and you refuse to accept that, Ye Banko accept, equal 5 years, because if you'll dismiss the ministers, you'll appoint people. What that means there is no transition again. And now you insist come and go it 4 or 5 years or make it a transition on. And the opposition parties are telling us come and go, we have to accommodate him. In December, mba win. Salamu alaikum bari muso. Mune yatin nyanta Barrow accommodate. Mune yatin na Barrow is taking us for a ride. Mune yatin na opposition leaders who left the country disappoint. Mune yatin na constitutional building will be decided by our political parties. Mune yatin opposition political parties will decide la komenko constitutional Barola 15 years nyanta kila jele. Mune yatin they will not call the draft constitution without even a single changes to the House of Parliament, and the House of Parliament send it to the people of the Gambia in a referendum for the Gambian people to decide. Mbadingul. Nimbaro fango believe that komenko Gambian people are behind him. Nimbaro e wala mila komen Gambian at support to the Gambia. Mune yatin na that referendum. At least he can test his popularity. Otombe mem folali e wolem nyintiko. And maybe ni message nying because the other political parties will tell Lamuela. But my political party, United Democratic Party, ndela wismu mumenti wolem the Gambian people I respect. Let him respect us. Because Ndolu, Gambianul, in draft constitution on the taxpayers' money that get $116 million. O boarding cola J. CRC, Ndolu Gambianul Gambian, the National Assembly Layer Institute. Barrow and his people, because cabinet meeting told Yajela Komenko, this constitution should not pass. And this is exactly what Barrow did. He advocated with his members of parliament, Mia Alonko, those betrayers from UDP, many UDP betray, and he agreed to put a constitutional year 5 band. The Gambian people and the opposition political parties, Ntolman draft constitution on Ntolma ditch into the hole. It is Barrow and his sycophants. So let them bring it back. ya murundi nang to the National Assembly and let the Gambian people decide for a comma should be changed or a dot should be changed. Gambian people will decide lambadingol. Alinkana song baro ye yab sanjin nani Adama Barrow President Adama Barrow bentol feaka gamenol feaka. Nka moment danyini, nka feto fata, nka kurango diala, nka bungo diala. Mbadingol Barrow bentol feaka nede. Ndolla loptanol fele hani ambulance kendol bugataraji. Barrow la political parties ay Barrow ye energy même fango use pour political perpetuation. Nayo energy le di even security for succeed. Barrow ye moto jël la sang pour NPP. Itata Gambia daoda ini NPP moto se benji. Na police ma moto also. Na soldier ma enough moto also. Na loptanol ma enough moto also. Na immigration ma enough moto also. Mbadingol anu Baroko mu demandingol ti da comme man fenje folo million lu be spend la pour atabe ava fam perpetuer la politique ko na nyame mbading sa draft constitution of na political opposition parties all they wanted to sell us can't sell. Adama doesn't want anything to change because Adama doesn't know how those things could be done. At all, I'm all long. Nancy he doesn't know nothing. He doesn't want to change. He's just pretending. He's just pretending. Gambia no nalu cha hunter. Alkon to leben Adama Baromba bulala ngala wisnin diala ngamunya for December election okay. Billahi wallahi talla Adama Barobe kula la Gambia kan. Janning Gambia Layo mi dini nana nyina. Because Adama Barrow no winter in December 2021. Gambia as a country you can forget it. That is finished. Well, it's finished. Adama Barrow be moneke kan Gambia. Molu buka baluo fango mo Gambia kono mo problemol. Molu buka karam munjo fango soto no. Adama be million sikala abadi la mol. Abe motol sikala men cost 1 million or more than 1 million sikala abadi la mol. Just because alna alien support. When students all be karam moto in universities and Gambia colleges and high schools. Imam pare wol manko do so fam pour be la school fees or jola men. Mbadingol. Musu kono malu be fala say ni kono mata. Katra tayrin drum because be fala lo men e malo. Wala ni tata lopano lo men musolo ka fa because they want to give life. Ila fata hadama dingola bulu. Ika tano borol tiji. Kunun jannam halal hakotuni. Kunun jannam be chronicle headline do jiben. Iko the biggest hospital in the Gambia, Edward Francis lacks basic things. Borol mantra lopanot. Nothing netaje, fen netaje. Molu bita lopanot be fala. Ibuka boro soto. Nin kodo tebulu. Etela mol jara nol. Nin kodo tebulu ni kurante fa. Adama Barrow be motolo sikala ni moto hani Adama Barrow la convoy fa na finta lo convoy jibe moto jelle be je moto katra blad nyono men sita ko moto keme. You can understand. Wolu be kanana domo wol kana munena kanana wol ka isanso men fango be consume. Hani yo kafu nyoma fa yeta is a student soul tal is a student soul many students is a sponsor wala. Scanning machine men katra jang pour que musu konomal scan. Ni la muso wuluda to Europe janneto. Ila muso kono to Europe janneto. Every month abita scanning nan was scanning masino nga doctor o nyinin ka kabin na muso kono bala konye ko this is costing about 100,000 Swiss francs 100,000 Swiss francs ni muso tata was scanning masino you see everything muso kono dindingo be je nyaaw nyaade ni nyam you see everything 100,000 Swiss francs. Moto men bebe NPP bulu baroko motol men sam pour NPP. How many of that machine nebo kono? Ning ata misal fa Gambia kanu ala fata kuka Gambia. then he would have sacrificed those things. Or ni masinol ni scanning masinol for pregnant women, CT scanner sol, endoscopy scanner sol. Or better can no problem multi Gambia. Scanning machines for cancer scanning detection masinol. They are not costing millions. But Barrow will spend millions and millions and millions of dollars just because for his political perpetuation, and he refused to do security reform. The state house the presidency is in control of a foreign troops. Okay, national security is at risk. Problem will be container na drug container na muta banko kang be as a federal till more than 1 month. And the president law can acknowledge amawoke mbadiwon political opposition political parties Dr. Caesar and the crew al control to bina barole accommodate la at lafta men ngo diala lafta men to sokla sanjina mbadiwon alfanam niaje na mulu be fala nyim ba kono niaje be kala immigrantol to European bankol kan is all because na banko man wo bankol men to le katran be sabata nyim bankol men kan kata immigrant yalla bankol men kan fali ya mi da fo alale man do ku ke ifangol le wulta ye sacrifice ta I wasata I do ku ke itamu menti kada woleto ikejo men na karo yemen do ko ikawala so de ke fam plan wala ko ni ye fam manager ko ni la family BP la be bamba mas la Facebook account a story build me alone ko is costing millions of dollars ikojo mala tam mi alone ko même mu stock pate men ka ba adama barola waño la material la ka men ka domorol ni fengolu or control wala tamu building what ni wala salary jibe ni ala salary jibe nana salary tamita dala so wuli lulla oto aya katal wala bita bunjango mi yalon ko do ko ga fa amo bu ngoni lono mbadion alfa ala fo adama baroye bang ay sacrifice bang ay menken na akanyantale saying I'm promise ko men na ay bang fulfill asiyatale saying na en to la banko le kanu ndol nata be dente banko men na yo banko le kanu at least this last sacrifice I draft constitutional summon back to the parliament without any changes. I have members of parliament yoko aligning vote to the referendum. Gambiano le decide ni Gambiano ko mbesila je sanji keme nsesiji ni ko mbesila je sanji fula nsesiji nsa dawot mbadi won alfana ni a mayor work staff me along ko wole be president or office auto puruntol but it's not doubt nim president $150,000 is every day. My friend men be marali ngala baluwol ma because Gambia men kan defan Gambia la cool. Gambia no ya mi comme ko corruption is a right. Pour que corruption no ke tu ya ko right. La ni misal ve moment tata do ko la sanji kile no e bunjang lo wala mo barakamat. Wala mo barakamat wala mo kendo wala mo dinkendo. Ese que también le algo Adama Barrow. We have done a lot of things for Adama Barrow. Please, opposition parties solo mbal danila ale anala kilae. Allow for Adama Barrow, let him bring our draft constitution back to the parliament. He assemble referendum. Gambiano, at least for once, I Gambiano Lubunya. At least for once, I Gambiano respect. Anu Aramako, Gambiano Liakanule. So what is the problem? What is the problem? Draft constitutional to the referendum. draft constitution, let him campaign against the draft constitution in the referendum. Let him tell the Gambian people to vote the draft constitution down. And many draft constitution support, they can campaign for the draft constitution. Then we have more problems. Anyway, bari nga même moy wala muy tul be agrita la bari fon la ko understand was voted out. He should and give us, at least respect us. But Bitu, the ball is in the court of the oppositions. I wish yaje komen ko nyanta intulkaji nyame gamenol yaji nyame. No but je net second topic ko be kala menti wala mu PPP la saga. Badi ngolo yalo komen kamen fotron hanisa wala nyindi ko gamenol intulkaji na history la le. Kunu menketa tumanjala is very abhorrent, is very disgusting and very disgraceful. But you see, I'm on the surprise on two things. Mbe na analysis kala wala kan. Kuma follow wala mnyintiko. A minister like OJ Jallo, nda believe ta men na komenko. Well, those are the corrupt ministers from the PPP regime. Wala le PPP tinya, wala le Gambia Mansakunda la failure samanang. Nda believe ta wala. Nda believe ta wala. So ni wol be in charge nin kolu kunta wol dalta menna golo Dubai egg. Sulo. Obuka selo bay. Bimbe makalo la ko jiwa ko sulo fa ko yalo ben problem da ko ka jiyo di sulo la wonte problem de barka ji poto jitaram poto ka muta sulo bulu wala mo problem waga ka problem won. Ba sulo ba ka selo bay de. Biko ne ji gitaram poto nyin diala ji diala na ta be min fa no be sella santol. Ita be duma hite jiya diala damanta amura do hiya aka sele santo le folo na sel de santo bitu mo ita bo muta labul nyaadi baringa mem fodron wala nyindi ko history nying what happened to Tumanja yesterday is exactly what happened to Bakari Bunja Dabo last PPP Congress. These people ya Bakari Bunja Dabo ya doya ya disgrace ya belittle ya buy out of the party. Just all by cheating. Munamomi yalanko to select a party leader or election atule cheating keoto. How do you expect from wolbe real electoral support lanyadi? No wonder yafonyo ko oje nyole keta multi many yalanko we were told that oje nyole cross border registration introduced in our country. Ni electoral binasi leta mo registration from Casamas. Last Congress. Among Kumbo at that time. This doesn't mean that come and call left the menketa tumanjala diatanyela. No, but this is a lesson for her. People have to stand for fairness, people have to stand for justice. It doesn't have to matter who is the victim. Ni injustice be caring, ni unfairness be caring, ni moral rights will be abused. Every decent human being, particularly ni bota kalama, you should cry loud. Yaka bibi dabola la Tumanjai was there. We didn't man Tumanjai kumbo kaumwe woto. To them at that time it was fine. Nying kumbo nying cry membebe kikam Facebook. Mawol jenung kabrin when it happened to Bakari Bunja Dabo. Mune yatinna be happen la Bakari Bunja Dabola and it is normal and you expect Komenko it will not happen to anybody. Somebody else in the future. A person who is ready to abuse people's right has no boundary and no personality. When he does it to one person, he will do it to another person. And he will do it and do it again. Tuma should have known better. But problemo momenti PPP, the PPP today, woluman PPP la history ima wole long. I one time commented in one of the posts of a gentleman about Tuma. Nko Tuma and others should be able to go and learn the history of PPP. Near history, PPP la history karang. Then they will be able to know how they are going to take care of PPP. But they don't know the history. PPP Patiyamu People's Protectorate Party leti fula flota walla. Santon call la party. Because at that time, the politics is controlled by the urban area, Banjul and the surrounding. The jobs and education and everything was centralized in the urban areas. At that time, election, the people out in the provinces were not even considered as citizens because they could not even vote in the election to decide the government they wanted to be administered for. By what time the prime minister and the political leaders are all voted by the urban people, Banjul and the surrounding, not the far surrounding, the immediate surrounding. This is the time our fathers like Sanjali Bojang, Famara Wasa Ture Nyolu, to call the few. With education, they wake up and says, no, this is not going to happen. We are not going to tolerate the Jutunaya, PPP, Patiolota, Jutunaya, Bondo, wala Kang. Kontolubere into Bankola, the country belongs to all of us. Whether you are in the capital city, or you are in Sarabojo, or you are in Badibunjaba Kunda, the country belongs to all of us. People like Sanjali Bojang, Famara Wasature, and other people decided, no, it will not happen like this. At those days, Motolu mantra carrying, according to history. Motolu mansia, ye fole soul say kafamena angale, nunta kafana ankale fole soul. Because there are two types of bicycles. Bicycle do like a from France, Wolmunian Simmesol, do like a from England, you know, Wolmunian Simbal, the Kafol, Nakebal Kafol, Ankale fole soul. Ye wolel tie is a fole soul koto, ye Gambia bay round, ye went around the Gambia. Kata Santo la kaji komenko no. Alkana song B. Mamoud Sabal Konya de Alkana song. PPP sort of wala kono. And they decided to identify Jawara. I'm sorry to say, but Jawara I waffle. Ye Jawara tombo wala nyam PPP nata wala nyama. Kabringa meta eko People's Progressive Party. Ajenale mang PPP and history in your long two manjai. You will always have a disappointment. I'm very sorry what happened to you. I was very angry yesterday about what happened to you. But this is exactly what happened to Bibi Dabo last year. And Mankumbolo Moy. So this is why it is repeated. Maybe Ilanyun Kumbo or Fasakul change no tomorrow. But this is it. Gambia alinga history long. Gambia alinga law na country. Gambia alinga for Adam Barrow na constitutional muruna by hook or by hack. Mbekacha dan la jannato. Famo kete nyanyina badan la janna fo wati do. Ala baraka baka mbadi ngo alman sola kairola alma banko tankala alma banko sola kairola. Ala o mari December alma nga Adam Barrow bondi nga bonni na manskunda. Prese yal.